Hello, welcome to the Torre Vale N-Gauge layout YouTube video channel, the first awkward video. Hoping to have probably three introductory videos going through the stock that I have, why I am into N-Gauge, also where it is going to be based. Hopefully give you an introduction to everything, and fingers crossed you'll enjoy and subscribe. Now, I live in South Devon, Torquay, and whenever I'm going out and about on the trains anywhere, I always use Torre Station. So here it is. This is Torre. So I've decided to loosely base my layout on Torre Station, basically because back along I won a station sign on eBay. And as I've got that, I thought it would make a great addition to the actual layout itself. So I thought, well, why not Torre? I decided on Torre Station for a couple of reasons. One, it's on an incline, so that'll add various dimensions to the layout rather than it just being a flat baseboard. It's only two lines, but there used to be extra sidings, a coal yard in behind, which I'll go into more when I tell you about the actual layout itself. But yeah, I just thought Torre Station on a curve be a bit of a challenge. I haven't done much N-Gauge stuff or much modelling stuff, to be honest, in terms of a layout, so challenge accepted. So that's the reason that I've got into N-Gauge again. I've had stuff for years, but I've never really had the space or the place to do it. I've lived in a lot of rented accommodation, but now I've bought a house, so therefore I've got somewhere permanent to do it. I've been given the third bedroom, which is quite a large bedroom. And so I've decided that a layout is now imminent. I've decided on Torre for many a reason. A, it's a local one, as I said earlier, and it's easy to get to for me if I need any more reference photos. So yeah, the main station will be Torre, which, okay, it's on a branch line, but apply rule 1 and then you can have everything going through it. I hope to scratch build a load of stuff which I've not done before, not for kits, etc. I've not butchered them in any way, but as you can see with this footbridge, for argument's sake, they do a kit for the cast ironing underneath. Somebody does one, can't remember who it is now. And then you've also got another kit which I think is Metcalf, which does an enclosed footbridge. So I'm going to have to try and butcher both kits to make this up. I think it's Ratio that does the steel one. So as you see, obviously photos, go through it all, and just try my best to model it, really. So as I've said, the main basis of it will be Torre, or Torre Vale, because Torre is set in a valley, but I decided on Torre Vale instead. Don't know why, just chose it. I know a lot of people on the Facebook groups and various forums, etc., say, oh, make your layout first and then come up with a name, but me just being an awkward arse, I just decided to do it another way. So that is what the basis of the layout will be. So let's have a look and see what stuff I have so far built up for the layout. I was lucky enough that a friend of mine, bearing in mind I've had no layout, gave me this small layout which he built as a school project a few years back, and it gives me something to test the locos on. Unfortunately, it's no good for the larger ones because they won't go around the bends, but the small straights even, they they're okay just to make sure the locos run. So that's all I've got at present to run the locos on. So as with all editing, everything's gone pear-shaped. The video camera I was just using has decided that it doesn't actually like to focus anymore. So here we go again. Stock. As you saw earlier on, quickly and briefly, there will be some coal on the layout. Now, I've had an idea of coal a long time ago, basically because I had a few MGRs when I was younger and decided that I would stick with those. They're a mix of I think Minitrix and Pico ones, possibly some Farish ones in there as well. To be honest, I don't really keep an eye on what I've got. Most of the boxes have disappeared over the years. So yeah, I just decided that I would expand the coal. So hence the reason this was my Christmas present to me. Good old Dapol doing their discounted stuff. So yeah, I apparently, by the looks of it, had a go at weathering some a few years back. Got some 37s. They will be hauling as well. Now obviously there is the bank up at Torre, but in real life that basically only goes to the sidings at Paynton. But you know, rule one, as I said earlier on, they will go elsewhere. So I have just over 50 of these MGRs, so I should be able to do some decent realistic rakes. I will be doing some weathering because I have far too many new looking ones. I have a cabinet up on the wall up there which is also full of them, with some other stock, and so there's quite a lot that needs to be done. Continuing the coal theme, when I was younger I'm going to stop saying that actually, because when I was younger is when I bought most of this bloody stuff. A lot of it has been in boxes for years, but yeah, it will now start to see the light of day and all be dusted off. So when I was younger, I knew that I was going to do the coal stuff, so I managed to get hold of this from eBay, which is apparently real Welsh coal. It's fine, it's dusty, I've got loads of it. Some of it needs to be ground up a bit more looking at it, but I've got that huge pot there with it, and there's another one in a model box somewhere. So yeah, I will be doing a coal yard somewhere, whether it's just a whole massive yard with a mine on, or whether it will just be a holding yard for said wagons and locos. I haven't quite decided yet. There was a coal merchants that used to be behind Torre Station. Modeller's license might have an extra siding coming off of Torre Station going in behind the back. Who knows? I would imagine only time will tell. I haven't got everything in my head as to exactly what the layout is going to be yet. Moving on from the coal and that side of things to passenger. Now, I know a lot of people, they go through the whole, I'm going to do this era. Again, I still haven't decided. I'm not 100% on whether I'm going to narrow it down eventually, but for a minute, I like HSTs. I have a load of old Farish blue-grey ones, and I have 2 of these Great Western Merlin. I'm definitely going to have a full rake of these because I've recently bought a rake off of eBay. Good old eBay. It's dangerous though. This coach here came with the last bunch, and as you can see, it has been adjusted to look like a buffet. It's a bit of a no, I'd say it's all right. It's good. It's probably better than what I could do. So yeah, I've got the full rake, all different coach numbers, etc. So yeah, we will have quite a few different liveried HSTs from different eras. I like it, and that is what will happen. So I'm also going to have the full rake of the NMT. Now, I've done a bit while I haven't had layouts in the past, and I've done a bit of modelling, and here's one of the coaches that I've done. I can't remember whose vinyl overlays they are. It was quite a few years ago, but I will be going to Electra to get some more, because I did quite enjoy doing this when I was doing them. So yeah, I've got the full set in a box somewhere, and I will be doing the whole NMT, but I will eventually be wanting the full set, so I'll have to buy another set of these so I can get 13, because I'll need to renumber, because obviously they only come as I think this one's 14, isn't it? Yeah, so I will get another one and make it into 13, and if I really wanted to, the other 062 that would come with it, I would make into the Hitachi 089, and then I would do a coach to the same. So yeah, that's the HST side of things. If you looked up there earlier on, you could see, unless I go back again to the cabinet on the wall, there's a few more of the Farish ones, and the other two, and the other single car for the Merlin liveries. Now we come on to the more random purchases. Yeah, I bought this one. Haven't got a clue why. I think I may have had some sleeper coaches at some point, but doesn't really fit the layout. I'll probably keep it for a while, make sure it runs, and then it'll probably get flogged at some point to obviously to make room for something else. Plus funds would be spent elsewhere. The next one is obviously this 37. Again, another random purchase one day just because it's a 37. But with the Cole and also with the Merlin livery HSTs, if I was to stick to a sort of era, that would fit. Obviously, I'm going to show you more of the regional stuff later. So yeah, hopefully that will fit, but again, who knows. And then, yeah, I don't know why. Bought it. Year of my birth is 72, so it's possibly why. To be honest, I used to go to the Abbots Kerswell South Devon Model Railway Club. I've used it on there a few times, but if memory serves me right, it doesn't actually work anymore. So I'm going to have a look at that one and get it up and running, and then probably flog it on, to be honest. So yeah, random purchase of a shed. Well, units. Got this 151, but I've also got a 152. Yeah, I know they're coupled together, but I've got the other bits elsewhere. Now, they're both in the regional. So Torre is a branch line. Obviously, the layout will be around one, so it won't be a true branch line. But yeah, there's got to be units involved. So I've got the 151 here, and I've got the 152. There will be, as well, when Dapol get round to it, there will be the 142s appearing. Now, I've got a few of the liveries pre-ordered, but will the layout be finished first? Who knows? I mean, Dapol, they said that they would be ready by, I think it was 1852 they first started doing it, wasn't it? But yeah, they will be here. And again, they won't fit into the layout down here. I'm going for a few of the liveries, but who knows? I will look at them again, maybe sell them on, buy others that have been down here, might strip them down, paint them into different liveries, who knows? So units out of the way, I'm also thinking that apart from the mainline stuff, there may be a preserve line somewhere on it. Maybe short, maybe 3/4 of the length, but it'll disappear in under the main line, There'll be a little tiny halt somewhere, obviously end to end with the terminus each end. So I obviously have to have some preserve stuff. Now, this one has been with me for years. Strong runner, absolutely brilliant. So I've got some GW wagons which will be part of it. I'm going to need to buy some more coaches because I haven't got any coaches, but preserve lines do need them. Another random years old is the Minitrix. This is Britannia. Oh, that was a bit rubbish. There you go. Britannia still works well. They're bulletproof, really. So I will be using that. It's probably going to be too long for the line, or too big for the line, so it may end up going out main line. Who knows, rail tours, etc. But yeah, again though, as I'm still in the planning stage, I don't know whether to go DCC or whether to stay with DC. Quite a lot of this older stuff is obviously DC, so I may go down that route first, but make it easy to change over. Or I may just do the preserve line DC and do all the mainline stuff DCC and have them completely separate. Still unsure. Long way to go before I do that. So yeah, we will see. The next is Hymec. Just love those. There you go. And as I told you earlier on, Warship. This isn't the one that I had when I was a kid. This is one that I've purchased a few years back. Just love them. Brilliant. I've got a box of bits of more down there, so there'll probably be a couple, if not more, on the preserved area. I may even go completely fictional and may have 2 out on the main line. Who knows? Now, those eagle-eyed people who have been watching may have seen this in the background. This is the FM rail blue Pullman, which ran for a few years. Now, this is a bit of a labour of love for me. A few of you on various Facebook groups for the N-Gauge may have seen it. I used to sit down at night and enjoy doing this. Decided I would model it. I did this mock-up loco here and liked it, liked the look of it. Then decided I would do some detailing. So did the bits under the chassis and the axle boxes, because obviously when it comes out it was normally quite clean, and I just thought, well, I'll do the same on the bogies on the coaches, but it didn't quite stop there. As you can see in the window, the interiors are done as well, but let me show you. Basically, I've not got any further than this, but there are 2 more body shells, complete with the cutaway buffer beams, handrails which I've done myself. I've taken everything out and I'm hoping that there's going to be lighting, because there wasn't lighting in them, but I've bought some lighting which is somewhere, can't remember where. There's the, there you go, the brass etching on it, brass etching on the doors. So yeah, I went to town on it. Cut out buffer beams have all been painted, they need to be put on. So yeah, I just went a bit overboard with the locos and thought, excellent idea. So then I did the same with the coaches. Now, there you go, the brass etched rubbing plates and door inserts. Gone down a few of them now with the cabling, etc. So yeah, I've got a bit of a task ahead, because I decided to do the whole 11 coach rake. That's the reason there are the 2 kitchen cars. There's more detailed bogies, more interiors. And speaking of interiors, give us a couple of seconds, and there you go. So yeah, we have waiters, we have passengers. I need to buy, actually I do need to say apologies. I can't remember the name of the man now, but I inquired about these, which used to be the old TPM brass. God, that's shaking around like a... Yeah, so yeah, I used to have these brass ones. I haven't got enough, and I did inquire. I will be sending an email out because I need some more for all the other coaches. So yes, as you can see, I've had my work cut out with this one a few years ago. Now I've got a load of photos, so I will do a video running through the photos of how and what I've done so far. So that will be a future video, and hopefully it might kick me up the arse and get me to get sorted again. So yeah, a little project. So yeah, when the blue Pullman is up and running, and also modeller's license, etc., I decided that it would possibly need a Thunderbird. Shouldn't need it really, because basically I've got 2 locos, top and tail, with it. But if I needed a Thunderbird or something just to run instead of the 47s, I've gone down the fictitious route, and I'm going to do this with the full blue Pullman livery, white window surrounds, and I quite like it. But yeah, fictitious livery of the blue Pullman, Nanking blue, class 50, which, you know, doesn't look too out of place. I do intend to do quite a lot of fictitious stuff, just because it winds some people up, but also just to see what it looks like in different liveries. Not just the 50, I'll be doing some HSTs in fictitious stuff. I've got some other bodies as well, class 37s, class 47s, all just bare, the original bare black plastic. So those will be added to the list at some point, of which the list is going to be very long. So yeah, that's it for this first introductory video of Torre Vale. Hopefully you will like, subscribe, please comment, please ask me any questions. What I'll try and do is, when I put out the introductory video 2, which will probably go going through what I will be doing with the rest of the layout, other bits and pieces, which I hope to include in the layout, then yeah, I will answer any questions from the previous video. So yeah, please feel free. Oh, and I will be buying a new video camera between now and then, hopefully. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, taking your time out to listen to me ramble, and yeah, fingers crossed there'll be another video sometime in the next month or so, work depending. Cheers.